Today, I want to dive into something a little different, but really important: how to make your leatherworking more sustainable and eco-friendly. Leatherworking is a beautiful craft, but the leather industry as a whole has a pretty big environmental impact. So in this video, I'm breaking down practical ways to reduce waste, source better materials, and just be more mindful without sacrificing quality or creativity. So let's get into it. So why does this even matter? Leather comes from animal hides, and that ties into the larger meat industry, which is a huge contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. Then you've got tanning processes that sometimes use heavy chemicals like chromium, which can pollute waterways. On top of that, the leather industry creates a lot of waste: scraps, packaging, offcuts. Most of it ends up in the trash. As small-scale makers, we can't control the whole system, but we can make smarter, more responsible choices with what we buy and how we work. It's not about being perfect, it's just about being a little better where we can. One of the biggest ways to be more eco-friendly is by choosing your leather carefully. I always try to use vegetable tanned leather when I can. It's tanned using plant-based materials instead of harsh chemicals, and it's biodegradable over time. Also, some tanneries out there use hides that are byproducts of the meat industry. That means that animals aren't raised just for leather. The hides would have gone to waste otherwise. And don't sleep on scraps and offcuts. Some of my favorite small projects have come from what other people throw away. Wallets, keychains, card holders. They don't take much leather. If you're not sure what kind of leather you're getting, email the supplier. Some of them are doing good work behind the scenes. They just don't advertise it well. Next, let's talk about waste in your workspace. I keep pretty much every scrap that's even remotely usable. I sort them by thickness and color so that when I need a small piece, I'm not cutting into a fresh hide. Planning your cutting layout ahead of time can also save a ton of material. Don't just start chopping. Take a minute and figure out the most efficient way to use the space. And those tiny scraps, reinforcements, zipper pulls, cord keepers, you could use them for way more than what you'd think. Also, don't forget about all the other stuff: plastic wrap, cardboard packaging. Recycle it. Keep your workflow clean and intentional. One of the most sustainable things that we can do is make stuff that actually lasts. Condition your leather, keep it clean, avoid letting it dry out and crack. A little care goes a long way. If something gets damaged, fix it. Restitch it, replace the hardware, patch it. Tossing it should be the last resort. And when you're designing something from scratch, think about making it repairable. Avoid permanent glues if you can, or use Chicago screws or rivets that can be swapped out if they break. The longer a leather item stays in use, the less often we need to make or buy new ones, and that's real sustainability. Next, let's talk about upcycling. Upcycling is one of the coolest ways to reduce waste and make something unique. You'd be surprised how much usable leather is in an old belt or a busted up jacket. Clean it up, condition it, and turn it into something new: a wallet, a bracelet, maybe even a small pouch. You can also mix leather with other materials like canvas, denim, and wood, and turn scraps into something artistic. And if you've got a ton of leftovers, donate them. Schools, community centers, and local makers would be more than happy to take scraps off your hands. It's about creativity and resourcefulness. Some of the most original pieces come from the weirdest leftover shapes. That's how I'm keeping things a little more sustainable in the shop. It's not about being perfect, but about making more conscious choices every time we cut, stitch, or finish something. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and drop a comment with your favorite eco-friendly tips or something that you've struggled with. I'd love to hear it. And if you want to check out my leather goods, make sure to visit puredleather.com. You can also find my links to my Instagram and TikTok and beginner-friendly leather playlist down there too. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.